So we talked in class today about what a system of equations is. And so we talked about how it's two or more equations with the same variable. And the solution to a system is one point that satisfies both equations. Okay, so the first way we're going to talk about solving these is to look at these first two. I see that I have y by itself on both of these. Both of these are in y equals mx plus b format. So I know I can graph them both. So I'll start with the top one. My y-intercept is 6. So I will go up 6 point. I know that's where this line's going to start. Now for m, I see I just have a negative. So we know that means it's an understood -1, which as a fraction is -1 over 1. So I have a rise of -1 and a run of +1. So from here, I'm going to go down 1, right 1. Put a point, down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1, and so forth. I now have enough points so that I can just come and get my ruler. I can make a nice straight edge. And this line will continue on indefinitely in both directions. There's my first line. Now it's time to graph this line. So I have -2 for b. So I'm going to go down 2, put a point. In this case, my slope is understood to be +1. So +1 over 1 means I'm going to rise 1, run 1, rise 1, run 1, and so forth. And right here, I see what I was looking for. So I'll go ahead and extend this line out. Right here, both of these lines crossed. That means this one point is a solution to both lines. Over 4, up 2. I can plug it in and check. Plug in a 2 for y. Plug in a 4. -4 plus 6 is in fact 2. For the bottom equation, 2 goes in for y. 4 goes in for x. 4 minus 2 is 2. So it did in fact work for both. It solved both equations. Okay. To continue on, some of us noticed in class today that we do have special cases in some instances. So I look at these right away. I see obviously they're both in y equals mx plus b format. And then furthermore, I see they both have the same slope. So if they have the same slope, that means they're increasing at the same rate. And so we did talk about something interesting is going to happen. Let's go ahead and graph them and look at it. So I have +1 for my y-intercept. -2 as a fraction is -2 over 1. So for my slope, down 2 over 1. I have a vertical change of -2 for every horizontal change of +1. Okay. There's one line. And now let's do the second one. So -5. And again, I need to go down 2 over 1. So I'm out of space, so I can make it go backwards as long as I just follow the pattern. All right. And what do we see here? Kind of what we thought was going to happen. If these lines are moving at the same rate, they're never going to cross each other. And if the solution to a system is the point where they're the same, two parallel lines are never going to cross. That means they're never going to intersect. They're never going to share a point. This line is always going to be beside this line, never crossing it. So my answer here is simply no solution. We talked about a third and final type of solution. We won't do an example of this, but just as a reminder, if I have two lines that are the same, that means they're going to lie on top of each other. In that case, I would have infinitely many solutions, and we will look at another example of that later.